noise level like? As you can see, I've got 30 rather big, large and hot on at the minute. Just to bring the temperature up a little bit. It was 4.6 when I came in. It's now 6.2. Got the old diesel heater on down at the legs, but the big point of boosting up. If you can hear any of that. Oh, how's that? Is that a bit quieter now? Yeah, it's I think it's 60,000 BTU. Right, Dino. Not that breath now, getting on the bloody floor. So I thought I've got some new toys to play with. Although we're DC still at the minute, but one of them I haven't chipped. Hi, Chris. So I thought, bugger it, I'll come out tonight. I know Rob and Grace aren't on tonight, so I thought, bugger it. We will go live, even if it is 2 degrees. I think it was outside. We've had sleet, snow. It's back to sleet again now. Oh, it's 1 degree. If you can see that, no. Want to be a group El Brasso monkeys. And 6.9 in here at the minute. Now I've had to turn the F-14 rocket engine off. So we'll do in true Al fashion. A little bit of liquid libation. Sponsored by Erdinger. In completely the wrong glass. And of course it is a Weiss beer. So we need to wake the yeast up. This is a treated glass, so it's not ideal. And as you can see, there was sitting on a stool with a kneeling mat. Got a chair out, it was my old chair from upstairs. And a bit of carpet that was in my dad's loft on the floor. I'm making it a little home from home now. There's a rug under there. I've got the other leg in. Made that today to stop it from sagging. Hi, Jake. Who else we got? Can't see it from here. Halfway back, I can't read the chat. But, put the survival tool away with its most important component, the bottle opener. Back in there where the moths stay. Get your phone out of the way as well. Get rid of that. So, what we got in the goodie bag? Can I be heard okay over the heater? Sometimes, Dino, you need to select Raft on your slicer software. So it just puts a thin mesh down. Occasionally I have had, if it's very fine items like guttering and downpipes, it will lift from the heat. Or when the nozzle's going over and it sticks and lifts up and goes somewhere else, it brings the item up. But anything like that, you need to print a raft. Which is why sometimes I print it, the awkward bits in smaller batches in case anything goes awry, you sort of damage limitation, because I was doing a base and then it included the sides and it was printing them separate because it was going to be a gap, a rebate when the whole thing was made and the bloody sides lifted up. I managed to blue tack it down on the plate, which has left a mark on the build plate where the blue tack was. Yeah. 7.3 degrees. There we are getting warm. So we've got another Gauge Master system coming in. We have the video hasn't come out with this yet. This is the old Hornby R098, which is you see these on eBay for £5 to £50. Because I think some of the numpties think it's that one, which is also £50 and not worth it. I think this was under a tenner. It's the old one, based on the Triang moulding, complete with 3 husky hairs. They're an optional extra. So all I've done with this was I bought one of the flush glazing kits and flush glazed it, which from an angle it looks okay, but when you look at it that way, it makes really little difference because of the depth of the internal bodywork. You still see that horrible bit. More husky hairs. It's the God, there's even bloody more on it now. It's like static electricity. Probably come out of the bag. I just put everything in because the new hairy lady, is even worse than Loki is. But that runs pretty good. It's got the old Silver Seal wheels on it. So we have the full fat version. If I can get something to open it up, which I've been after for ages, but they're always stupid money. But I managed to get these sub £30. Pretty much as new. I think one of them, well, they professed it was new. It's even got cellophane paper on it. Which also attracts husky hairs. Put that out the way and then the bloody mice will come on it tonight probably. The new car's fine, Dino. Now I've actually sort of legally taxed it, even though it took DVLA 3 days to say it was taxed on their system. But it's actually older than the van. only by a year, but yeah, it drives very nice for the age of the car. It's a W plate 2000. It hasn't got any of the modern crap in it. It's only done 77,000 miles. Full service history. It was an ex-demonstrator from the Toyota and then a local businessman who owned a double glazing company. He owned it, then his wife owned it. And I think she's 93 and got too bad to drive because there are a few scrapes on the car. And the son transferred it to his name so he could take the private plate off. So it's had 4 owners, 1 in the garage and 3 of the same family. But yeah, hopefully that'll be kept because it's in fairly good fettle, other than a few scrapes. But mechanically, it's solid. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I quite often see these on eBay. There's your old one, there's the new one, but they'll ask as much for that as the overpriced brand new. They're 59 quid. I don't think they even are retailed at that when they were in stock. But both of them cost me £27, and that one was about £9 with the postage. Luckily, no one realised because they normally go £15 up to 25. It's only the old basic one with the screws in it. So I stripped the original glazing off and then restuck the blanking plate back over the flush glazing. But even the flush glazing, the little pieces wouldn't go in there, so I used glue and glaze on a cocktail stick just to fill them in. But you can see there's miles difference in the sort of quality of them. I don't know how they compare to my Bachmann ones, but obviously I've got this. I've got the Hornby Crane in yellow and the red one, which doesn't look as good. So the reason they're out on display is drum roll. We have obviously won't be running it just yet because we haven't got DCC set up. It is the vacuum pack box. Is past the Dutchy pan. We're steaming up in the camera again, aren't we? So it's the Dutch one, which we will have full in this. Probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. I'm not going to be on here too long tonight. It's 8:30 time. We have to put the missus to bed. So we got this as well, which is obviously you've probably seen it on the shorts. And one that is going to run tonight, although I've got to move the box sights off because I bought this, a Hellion 47, the all new retooled 47 that's got even more slagging than the old one. It's well, I got. There's one of the antennas that broke off, and the guy made a bit of a bodge gluing, trying to glue it back on. And I haven't got any NEM couplings for it. It came minus those. Because in their infinite wisdom, they detailed both buffer beams. And obviously, you can only have one detailed if you're going to put a NEM fitting in. So we have more husky hairs. So I got that obviously because it's network safe east. If there's a network safe east 47, it's got to be acquired really. Hi Phil, yeah, we've got. I haven't brought it out tonight, but I did get a couple of new American locos, and I have picked up some more American rolling stock. Some of it from Rouse to Sheffield this week. They weren't too far off the mark, so by the time I gave them an offer, which they accepted, it was sort of fair price, which is unusual for rails because they're not what I would say pricing themselves with everyone else. So the old Airfix 31 can go back into retirement again. For now, that's served well. Wheels aren't too bad, they need a bit of a clean, but I'll probably stick that back on marketplace now. As with the eBay thing, I've get that on the head now that you're not getting paid until the item's been delivered. Get the heater on my legs a bit. Right, Mick. What I have forgot to do tonight is the lot of a win it anyway. So let's put them out of the way. It's stiffy there. One of them's got a bit of a bind. Keep this on. Look, see where all the bloody wheels are on. Okay, solid phone. Right, just park up the box sides. Yeah. Point down. Pull the point back around. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, one of the point motors is twisted on its mount. So it won't work. So I have to push them manually because they're jammed. So let's see if this still works. Oop, we're away. And I did notice there's a bit of a drop on the board. Turn a bit so I can hear it. This will be the bit where it's gone over that, okay? Now they all slow down there. And there must be a tight spot on the track or a bit of voltage drop below. Doesn't sound too bad. The cab lights are on and I can't tell. So yeah, at the minute it's still on whatever chip was in it. Seems okay. That's a result. Camera back. So we're up to 8.3 now. Ooh. Hi Anthony. Turn the heater back up now. We're almost at 9 degrees in here. Well, I won't say in here, but the bit where the thermometer is. I don't think the bit where I am is 9 degrees. Let's crack the old turbine back up. Put the bottle of gear out of the way. I'm going to put that other heater on a remote switch, so if it gets too cold I can just remotely turn that on. But you won't hear anything if I turn that on, other than the jet engine it is. Well, I paid 90 for that, Phil, which, I mean, that's the Gauge Master Hellion one, but same thing, different skirt. But that was £90 with the shipping, which is odd because the guy had it up for 130 and I got a notification that it was on. And then he sent me a private offer of 110 quid, and I didn't bother. Then the listing closed. Then I got an email saying the item had been relisted, and he relisted it at 100. So I watched it again, and then he sent me an offer. So I thought, well, even at that price, someone's going to buy it. So that someone had better be me. So I can add it to the Network Southeast fleet. I can't remember what the other one is I want. That's a Scottish one. I can't remember what it is now. The name. This is Aldeburgh Festival. I've got the King's Lynn one. I've got Old Oak Common. The limited edition Kerno one. I think I've got 5. And then there was another one, a guy had a King's Lynn and relabeled it or redone it as Great Eastern. Then I've got the 2 Old Hellion ones as well. So there's about 6 or 7 now. And I did buy some more old Hornby Lima Network Southeast coaches. Because as much as I like the new Akira scale ones, 75 quid a coach is a bit beyond my budgetary plans. I did buy the limited edition breakdown one, but I used all my reward points, so I got that for about 36 quid. Seems to be running smoothly enough anyway, which is good because I think it's left it too long to send it back anyway. I'll have to rebody the other ones because I know I've done that video the other week of them because they're in the box in case they got Mazak rot. I don't think they will, but well, touch wood. I did have to put a gear in one because it was slipping. Rest for Kenny. Put a new gear in it, so it'll be the 3 Hellion 47s, and I think I've got 4 Bachmann ones. And then I've been on a maintenance away, permanent waste spending spree as well. So I've got the Bachmann ones, the Hornby ones, and then the one Akira scale one. So I'm going to have a bit of a yard with all the maintenance stuff. I did manage to get one of the EFE cranes, although I thought they were a bit expensive for what they were, considering they were a static model. Is that the coal sector one, Chris? Grey pole? Not sure whether I've got that one. I've got a couple of coal sector 37s. And then I think 2 of the 60s I got a coal, and one's construction, I think. Because again, I didn't go for the 60s, I bought the Hornby ones. They're plenty good enough. I've got the ESU programmer, so if I want to put sort of decent sounding one, they're good enough versus spending 300 quid on a Cavalex one. Hi there, Mark. Excuse if I'm a bit slow on the chat because where I'm sitting, the glasses aren't that good. They're reading glasses, so I did 3D print a 22-inch track setter. There was another one on there where there was a dovetail, so you could join 2 together, which I thought was quite a good idea if you're doing a big curve. Because if the one track setter I haven't got is the 21-inch, I'll just knock that speed down a bit. Let's see what these curves are. What is? exactly why that corner's a bit tight, because it is a bit tight. I think, what is it, 22 is third radius, isn't it? So I've got to do 22-inch minimum for the American stuff, like the articulated auto racks, because they need 24. Who else we got in here? What have we got? So that seems a little bit of a relief. Unfortunately, it just didn't come with any NEM couplings. Yeah, I do get the criticism. They are a little bit too tapered here. They've pinched in too much. But other than that, I mean, the old ones they said was too fat, but with them ones I've got the bodies off. With minimal modification, I think you could take a Hellion body and fit it on a Bachmann chassis. There is a bit of a gap down the side, but only a couple of mil. But I didn't mind. I could live with the old one when I was paying 70 quid for them. And obviously, like, you know, this is, I think they're about, I think the cheapest I've seen these being knocked out is £200. Brand new is the cheapest. I think they're £239 for the DC. So you figure you've got to put £100 chip in it. That's a £320 loco, which puts it up with the Bachmann Deluxe range. And yeah, same with Hornby really. With their, was it the Class 60s, 220 odd pound retail price? Well, if you put their 70 quid HM sound chip in it, you're 290. If you put an ESU in it, you're going to pay 110 for a sound file. So that's putting you in Cavalex territory. And then they wonder why they're not selling them. Yeah, I've got a little tiny shop, Phil, in town, which that was a sort of mum and pop shop. That was an old traditional DIY shop, town, you know, a little town DIY shop. And the woman got married to a funny little fella who was into model railway, and he got part of the shop to do model railway. And they ran it for a number of years, and then she sold it to another company up the road who done children's clothing and toys. They retained the shop as it is and moved it around a little bit and kept the model shop on. And I think they're part of the Toy Master franchise group thing. So they do get a few bits in, but they're not. He does a little bit of second hand. I did buy a class, well, that was a Hornby disposal. They had to buy so many. I got a Hornby Class 56 that was basically, I don't know what you call it, an ex-demonstrator, a return, factory second. There's nothing wrong with it. I got it for £86 when I bought 237s, and because I bought them all, I asked him what his best price was. So he knocked. I think I bought the Merleys Pioneer Class 37, 3716, the regional release, and a 56 at 310 quid, I think it was. So they're about £100 a loco. And they were all new. And I didn't. I nearly bought a 20 off him, but that was one I already had. But they don't do Hellion. They do Hornby and a bit of Bachmann. But some things are okay on. I suppose if they get permission to do certain deals. But the other alternative is to go to Trains for You in Peterborough, which is where that little that came from. But that was only $5.95 postage, so it was cheaper to pay the postage and me drive over there. Or as to go and get kiboshed by Anne at Great Eastern Models in Norwich, which again, that's about 65 miles from me. So it's a 120-mile round trip to go over there. So again, you'd have to buy a lot to warrant going over there. And she's not renowned for her discounts. Yeah, it's a good shop, Jake. I don't know how far away it is from you. They're in like a little industrial unit near Screwfix. There's sort of a mezzanine floor you go up to, and they've got a lot of scenic stuff. Some of it ain't that cheap, but they're really charging what everyone else is charging. But you don't get a lot for your money with some of this scenic stuff. When there was, what was it? I wanted to buy the vines that you could stick on the side of a house to make it look like ivy. I think it's about £7 for a pack, and all it is a bit of string with some scatter stuck to it. But the thing was, that's what it looked like for £7. I'm like, nah. I'll make my own out of a bit of string and make it look like some scatter stuck to it. But it's a bit like what company it was. They was doing stinging nettles, which I thought, brilliant idea, because they're every bloody where. And they show a picture of actual stinging nettles on the cover, and I wanted to see what the actual product looked like. And again, they weren't cheap, and there wasn't a lot. It was only like one small, thin clump of stinging nettles, and that was about £4 or £5. But all it was laser cut paper. Didn't look anything like stinging nettles. I did get a little bag of Jarvis leaf scatter or something, and it was a complete piss take what was in the bag for £3.50, £4.70 or whatever it was when I bought it. Got it from one of the shops when they were doing some deals and bought a load of stuff. And there's literally more packaging than there is product. There's like 2 teaspoonfuls in it, if that. I did get some packs from China, but the colours are a bit pale. I suppose I could repaint them, which is what I'll do. Hi, Al. Hey, Al, you want this in your shed to warm it up? That warm your shed up. That might melt it, but I've got that Chinese diesel heater blowing at the bottom there, but I think that's what Rob and Grace have put in their shed, isn't it? Oh, I'm out of bloody breath now. Yeah, Randy. I actually just serviced them. One I've had years. Got it off my old boss. They are good. They're kerosene, not diesel, so I can use the heating oil from the tank. They're just a tad noisy for live streaming. So it took me years to find the filters for them. I tracked down some filter kits The sponge filters tell. This is one I've made. I think the bloke had them that long. They were a bit like the lawnmower filters. The sponge disintegrates. I got out the bag and one of them started falling to bits. And the bloke charges £7.50 for delivery. Admittedly, you're getting quick, but that was like £27 for 3 of these and 2 sponges. So I emailed him and said, the sponges are falling to bits, mate. It's a joke. Are they old stock? So he said, oh, sorry about that. And refunded me the whole lot. So I thought he was just going to knock the price of the air filters off, but I got these. I've been looking for these for years because they're they're master heaters. They're American, but they're made under various brands. But after about 2 tankfuls through one of them, they're about just under 20 litre capacity. They tend to slow down and go cherry red instead of red hot. And get a bit smelly and don't burn as well. So you have to strip them all apart and pull that fuel filter out because it's in the pickup pipe. They're a bit of a pain, so I've flushed all the tanks out, left them 3 days to dry out, resealed the bungs, put them all back together again with new filters, and they're both fortunately working. Yeah, the little that's the diesel heater. That's a self-contained one with the fuel tank in it. Just need the exhaust to go out. I've put a white piece on that one. You do need at least 25 amp power supply to run it when the glow plugs are going. But when it's ticking over now, it's pulling about 4 amps. All they are is a Chinese knockoff of the old Webasto Herbaspash cab heaters that you got on the lorries, to the point where you can actually swap parts. But they're about 59 quid at the minute. They've halved in price from last year. But that's what's going to be heating the new shed. I'm going to build one of them heaters in one of those little garden stores with a couple of jerry cans, and then just swap them over when the fuel needs changing. So, let's see. This was another bargain, 100 quid. .3D printed my own holder. I've got to find a home for that in here somewhere. We've got a screwdriver and a couple of screws. It's supposed to be some kind of band into with the weather. I think we're just on the border of each bit of it. We've had snow and sleet all day today. If anyone's thinking of doing a layout, I would recommend not doing a duck under. Found it now. Crappy Ethernet cable for it. Didn't come with a flat flexi cable. I've ordered a new cable. It should be here this week. An Ethernet cable. It's rigid. Oh, there's. Yeah, there won't be any lift up section with mine. That's going to be a walk in. This is the older one. It actually had the fan inside. The later ones, they took the fan out to save a bit of money. Cheapskate bastards. They done a Hornby. Cut some corners. Right, let's whiz her back round. Let's try it the other way round. Right. Hope I got the right plug. Let's put her back in the box. This is where it all bounces back on you, isn't it? Stick that there. The French letter. More husky hairs. So, got to stick that back in and put a 21 pin chip in it. Let's convert the layout to DCC. That's that one. Did have a box for that. I haven't got it now. Oh, bloody hell. Better undo the wires. Oh, and yes. Which one's the track? Hang on. Got the bloody tool in here. I might as well do it while I'm in here. Easy. Yeah. Every rabbi should have one. Let's see. Put a couple of bootlace terminals on. Will the little ones fit? No, because there's still a bit on that. Oh, yeah. The old crimped end. We'll strip them old school. None of these fancy strippers that electricians have now. No. Small white one. That's one. I was going to say it saves any whiskers sticking out, and then I get whiskers. I like that one. My hands are getting numb. We ain't warmed up. We got to 8.3 in here. Right, so let's crimp them on. that bit. Put that out of the way before I send them everywhere. So, where's it gone? I even got them in the right side. They were really generous with the cable on this one. I suppose you got the fan, they had to cut down on it and give you a shorter bloody lead. It's not as long as the one on my other Gauge Master. We got power. Spark then. No, let's turn that off. It's a crappy lead. It's the older style one that doesn't have a backlight in it. So. Right. It's not showing a short, so it should be okay on the track. So we'll try this little fella. So I got this, as I said, from Trains for You. And I think it had been sat in the cabinet for a long while. So I put it on my rolling road and it was very, very reluctant to run. I constantly keep nudging it to try and get it to do anything, and it would immediately stop. So I had to clean all the wheels and pickups, and then I left it to run in on the rolling road. Now we need the cheat sheet. Here we are. Just turn the turn the heater down a bit so I can hear it. Hello, Andrew. And Richard, New Junction. Ooh. And guess what we have here? It will be coming up shortly. We're just going to test this little pesky thing from Bachmann. Because everything's still on 03 at the minute. Ooh, it's working as well. Bloody hell. That's a bonus. Not backwards though. Yeah. Although to be fair, the track hasn't been clean. It's not the loudest thing in the world, but I suppose there ain't a lot of room to put a big speaker in it, is there? And it cuts out. Bum, bum, bum. There's a rubber here somewhere. Decorator's rubber. No, is it going to work again? Oh, it moved. Not like in the dirty track. It's got free all-wheel pickup, but I did notice on a rolling road. But then it didn't. It was only picking up from the back wheels. It stopped in a tunnel. Come on. Oh, bugger it. It's very finicky. Let's put it back to bed. Give it another run when I've got more time. As if it's not running right, it will be going back. I think it sat in their cabinet for about 2 years. It was oxidised to hell, the wheels were. I brought the other one out. Where's the box? That was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it? I did wonder if it would be a bit of an arse. So let's try something that's got a stay alive in it. Better have that. More husky hairs. More husky hairs. At least you can get it out of the packaging, unlike the dap old bloody silver bullets. You nearly destroyed the things trying to get them out. Can't see the thing. She's off already, look. Just turn the controls down. I want to swap the track wires around, I'm guessing. Some lights. Thank you for that, Andrew. I don't know when I'll get it because I'm a long way from the 60 odd pound you had to cash in. Winhoon. That is the feed being jolty, not the loco. Let's give it the big one. Well, it echoes nicely off the back of that. The feed looks crap. Is she going to take the corner? So that's it. The layout converted to DCC. 2 wires. And we've got our a bit of the old flange squealy. I will be making some modules to do that. So it can continue when the rolling stock is going through a curve. It will still have that sound going on via an infrared sensor. The tunnel shot. We'll bring it round and then yes, some drive old. Let's bring it round. I think I might be notching the volume up a little bit, considering this layout's only half the size of the one that I'm going to be building. Clickety clacks on. I was a bit slow on the brakes. Drone shot. I can give the 37s a run now. I've got this set up. I don't know how well that's coming over with just a camera mic. But, let's give it something to tow. Overzealous there. So, old Hornby, new Hornby, and a Carrot Scout. With spinny frame. Let's pay homage to it, eh? The Airfix Class 31. I better put it on there. Well, the track should be dead, but we won't risk it. But it weren't a bad model for its time, was it? Obviously, the new ones, grills are a lot more detailed, but considering how old that is. And she's worked well on the layout. But times have moved on. How are we doing for time? Because I haven't got a call yet. Let's give her some beans. Get the drive hold on. Making around now. Right now. That's that. Just playing with me new toy. I've got one criticism if Richard's still here. cold start's too short. Sounds like an old Lister. Actually, that sounds like me day after I've had a curry. But... F19. Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to have to love you and leave you guys because it's 9 o'clock, or gone 9 o'clock, and the old lady has gone to bed, and I need to do my care things. So, yeah, there is a metal plaque for that as well to stick on, and the BR etch plates as well. So, well, no, I will bid you farewell and catch you on the next one.